All right, guys, welcome back to Amazon Seller Brand Stories. We are here with a very, very special guest, Mark Pasay, who's been with us for so long. Mark, it seems like we've done so many things over the years, and we can't wait to kind of dig into your story and share why your brand is so important and why you're so excited to wake up every day and work on it and bring a special experience to your customers. Sean?
Yeah, definitely. So Mark is the creator and owner of a fascinating brand, Rip Tone Fitness, and we're going to jump in with Mark today and talk about the origin of his brand, why it's important to him, and kind of his background story. So, Mark, why don't you say hello to folks and those watching and those listening, and give them a quick story about who is Mark from House Pasay.
Hey everyone, really excited to be here and share my story. Um, I'm until July the 4th, I was a single dad for about 15 years. Two amazing sons. They're both young adults now. They're 18 and 24, and that's always been a big part and a big passion in my life is being a dad and raising my two sons. Another big part of my life has been Riptone Fitness, the company I created and started in 2013.
All right. So I know, as Seth talked about in our prelude here, is that you have an amazing story personally. I'd like to give you the opportunity to share the short version of that because it is pretty remarkable, Mark, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. So just a few years prior to me starting my business, um, I had I tell people it's the most difficult, but the most amazing year of my life. Um, Within a span of a few months, my marriage fell apart. I broke my neck, and my business that I'd spent quite a few years investing in real estate, it fell apart. Um, they were all very catastrophic, very difficult. But the part that was the most amazing was when I broke my neck. Um, when I was in the emergency, they took me for x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs. Still nobody had told me what was going on. Then the neurosurgeon came in, told me he looked at all the scans. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to his exact words. He said, "You broke your neck. As bad as you broke your neck, you should be dead or you should be a quadriplegic. You're the luckiest man in this hospital." And I might cry, but at the moment I cried. I just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And I was in the worst pain of my life, but I was crying tears of joy. I wasn't crying tears of pain. I was so grateful for the pain. Because I knew if I didn't feel the pain, it meant I'd be dead or paralyzed. And so day after day, I lay in the hospital in agony, but my heart was just overflowing with gratitude and joy because I could do this. I could hold my
No
sons again. I
quadriplegic
could,
there.
yeah. So to this day, I don't cry every day, but every day I'm very grateful for my day. Um, I go ski, I go up skiing where I live. I surf in the summer. I get to travel. I get to walk onto an airplane, not get pushed on, and I'm very grateful. And I like to carry that gratitude into my relationships, into my business, um, and my customers. I'm very grateful every day for my customers um, because they're a big part of my life. And I obviously recovered. My neck's a little stiff sometimes, but I'm okay with that. I'll take that. And yeah, every day we get emails from our customers just thanking us for the products and how it's helping them in their fitness goals. And it just, again, brings more gratitude into my life.
Wow, Mark, what a fascinating and extraordinary testament, man. You almost made me cry there. I was aware of your background story, but I've never heard it come out of your mouth. So, part of what we do here at Amazon Seller Brand Stories is we want to bring your story and your brand to the marketplace. And it's not that we're trying to capture market share, Mark, which we are, but the good part about Amazon Seller Brand Stories is we're capturing mind share, customer mind share. We want your product to be top of mind. And your story, even though it gives me goosebumps, it is remarkable. And I think that, thank God that you have a second chance and an opportunity. You're obviously a brilliant businessman. You've had success and failures in the past. And a lot of us, we don't really know what it's like. First time entrepreneurs on Amazon, they've never seen a down cycle or a bad year or, a catastrophic loss like you've discovered and experienced, and you're thankful for it. So my heart goes out to you, man. I appreciate where you're at and what you're doing with that. Explain, if you would, what is Rip Tone Fitness? What does your product do in plain terms for those Amazon shoppers out there?
Well, most of our products are targeted towards people in strength training, weightlifting, CrossFit, but a number of them cross over into pretty much any sport. But they're fitness accessories. So we don't sell like barbells or weights, but we sell weightlifting straps, weightlifting belts, wrist straps, knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, lifting gloves, those types of things. So it's things that people will just throw in their gym bag, take with them to the gym.
Right.
But we get senior citizens emailing us. They wear our knee sleeves. They wear them around the house because their knees hurt when they go up and down the stairs. We get business people that, they get problems with their wrists from typing. They'll wear our, wrist straps or whatever at work. So there's lots of different uses, but it's mainly for weightlifting and CrossFit, those types of products.
So, Mark, you're so generous that one day I got a box, an Amazon box full of all of your guys' products that you sell, and I'm going through it because I enjoy fitness and I try to do a little bit of that myself. So I've tried basically every single one of the products that you sent, and I can say with certainty that your quality is amazing. Some of the products that you get out there, especially around fitness, they tend to wear out pretty quick because no one's on the backside of that really caring, right? So, Mark, I know when you and I spoke about this before we jumped on to the call here, that your traumatic experience that you had kind of led into you creating your brand. So was it, how did this actually go from you broke your neck and you're filled with gratitude because you were given basically a second chance to I'm going to help the world with this brand? How did you transition to creating this brand, Mark?
That's a good question. I mean, there was different motivations. Obviously, one was my other business had fallen apart, so I needed to replace that. But for me, I've always been into fitness. I've always enjoyed weightlifting and strength training and just being in shape. When I broke my neck, I can't even remember how many months, I wasn't allowed to lift anything heavier than 5 pounds. And I was in a neck brace. I couldn't exercise. So in a few month period, I mean, I'm not a big guy, but in a few month period, I lost like 30 pounds, and it was everything I'd worked for. So when I was able to start being active again, I wanted to regain my physical conditioning. So I know what it's like to have a goal physically, and I know what it takes to get there. And I basically started over. And so whether you're starting over, starting something new, or whether you're trying to maintain something you already have, I wanted to offer just things that people could use to help with those goals.
Wow. Again, fascinating. So, Mark, I know that it means a lot to you and your family, but can you tell us in your words, what is your brand? What does Rip Tone Fitness mean to your family and your future?
Um, well, as much as, I mean, I think most anybody in business, they always want to get bigger and better and make more money and stuff. But for me, I like being a family-owned business. I like that. I like, we've grown a lot, and I have people that help me with customer service and answering emails. I obviously can't answer every email anymore, but I love jumping in there every day and just looking at some emails and seeing where our customers are at, what they're enjoying, what they're not enjoying, what they're struggling with, suggestions to make our products better. I like to always be in touch with that, and I always want to keep that no matter how large we get. So on the business front, it'd be that. On the family side, it's just been such a wonderful opportunity for me and my sons and my family. Like it gives me the opportunity when my kids are younger to still walk them to school every day, um, go on all the field trips and just watch them grow up, be a part of their lives instead of being at the office all day long. It gives me flexibility to travel with them and just do different fun things.
I know, Mark, that I always enjoy reading your feedback and some of your emails when you email into support. And I've actually, it's caught my eye before when you say, I'm kind of venting here. And I'm like, oh, shoot, let me go see, because I know that you have a really good inside view of what it is that we do. So, how long, Mark, at this point, how long have you been with Post Purchase Pro?
Um, I think I mean, I've known of you and I've seen you at different like masterminds. And I think the first event we did together was Iwu China. And that was 5, 6 years ago.
Probably 16 or
Yeah,
17, something like that.
yeah.
But how long have you been a part of Post Purchase Pro?
Um, I think since you guys opened the doors, pretty much.
Oh, well, good. I know
Because I was
I've
with
seen
Quick
your
Fast
name mentioned
Hurry
quite a.
before that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So I already know, but for those who are watching and listening, what is your current location on the planet, and where did you go to school? Where did you get your drive for business?
I live in Okanagan Valley. It's Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. Um, I went to school. I graduated in Athabasca. It's a small farm town north of Edmonton. And my drive for business was from my dad. Um, my dad was just an amazing, wonderful man, and he was a wheeler dealer. He was people loved just watching him work. He was into commercial real estate, but he never bought anything. He would trade. He would trade properties, um, and there was very seldom was there ever any cash involved. So if this property was worth $20,000 more than another property, and the person owed him like the extra 20, and they didn't have the cash, he goes, "What do you got?" I got a 1978 Buick. Okay, what's that worth? 5 grand. Okay, and then I got 6,000 mini rebounder trampolines. Okay, what are those worth? And then he would just take anything. It would just trade, trade, trade. Every day I got home from school, I'd open the door to see what kind of car he had, because he'd go to work with one car and he'd trade it for another car and he'd come home with a different car.
That's
And
amazing.
so
That is
his
great.
deal with my mom was everything is he could trade anything except for the house and the kids, and then everything else was fair game. And I loved that. I remember sitting at the dinner table just asking my dad questions. What about this? And what about this? And what's a mortgage? And what, when you say you carry back a mortgage, what is that? And he would explain it. And I love that.
That's
So
That's
great.
amazing.
It sounds
yeah.
like that lit a fire in you. It reminds me, and I know Seth is going to ask you a question here in a second, but you just reminded me of this old timer I used to have commercial property with. He's passed on since, but he used to say, man, my dad, he said, my mother, when she was rocking me in the cradle, would say, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. And he said his dad was such an inspiration because he also was a trader. And he said he would, and this is a pretty dramatic example, but he said when I was a kid, this is Carl I'm talking about, Seth. He said my dad would leave in the morning with a pocket knife, and he'd come home with 2 horses and 3 pocket knives, and all he did was trade all day. So that's what
Yep.
that reminds me of. So yeah, go ahead, Seth.
Yeah, definitely. Mark, thanks for sharing so much, your backstory and kind of what drives you every day. So I know personally what you put into your products, but can you give us a little bit of background on how your products kind of are different from what else is out there on the marketplace, and what makes your products different than everybody else's?
Well, I think, well, a number of things. One is before we launch any new product, we obviously do, research and testing. Part of that is based on our existing customers and what they're asking for and what they're looking for. But we do a lot of research. We buy a lot of the top performing products in the market, and we buy them and we test them and we look at them and we inspect them. And then with our manufacturer, we say, they need to be as good or better than these. And then we take what we consider might be downfalls of those products and we try to improve them and fix them. So we're always coming to market with, we believe, a product that's already in a way proven in the market by maybe our competitors. Um, so we're always striving for excellence in our product, but we want to come in at a competitive price point that people can afford. Um, Another thing is on all our products, we offer a lifetime replacement warranty. Um, and lots of times people don't believe it. Like they'll email in and they're being all sheepish and they're like, we remember something about this. Is that actually true? And they're expecting a bunch of hoops to jump through and, 18 steps to get a replacement. And we're like, "No, just send us a picture, man. Like, just send us a picture and we'll send you a new one. What's your address, right? And we'll send them a new one.
Yeah,
They
Love
can't
it.
believe it. It's like they won the lottery, right? They're so excited. And we like that. We want people to feel supported. So we believe we bring that to the market, as well as our customer service. Um, we just want to help and support people. I tell the people that do our customer service, if you're not sure what to do, give.
Wow.
And I said, you'll
Sam
never
Walton,
get in,
you,
I said, you'll never get in trouble for me for giving.
that's true. That's true. And you never regret it. I was going to say
Yeah.
Sam Walton created a tiny little business known as Walmart by having that
Mm.
exact same attitude. So, and now Uncle Jeff is taking over with Amazon. But, we all feel comfortable buying on Amazon because we know what to expect and we know
Yeah.
that we are covered if we make a bad choice. That's pretty amazing that you take that and run with it, Mark. So, kudos to you, man. So, tell us what kind of special offer you're going to share with the listeners of this show and the viewers of this social media post. What kind of special offer do you have directly from Mark Pasay and the brand Rip Tone Fitness?
We just wanted to throw out just an offer for 15% off anything in our product catalog. And so we put together a claim code for Amazon.com. It's RIPFIT15. So RIPFIT, and then the number 1, number 5.
RipFit 15. Wow, what a
Yeah.
generous offer, Mark. Thank you so much for that. Our listeners and viewers are going to love that. It's always a
And actually,
pleasure speaking with you, and you always
one,
have a
one thing
great
real quick,
personality and a great attitude.
thank you. I'll also create that for Canada as well with the
Okay,
same coupon code.
Amazon.ca, and it's say that again, RipFit 15.
RipFit15.
Seth.
yeah, Mark, always love speaking with you and really, really appreciate you sharing your story. I didn't know some of those behind the scenes details, and I understand why you always come off with such a good spirit and you're always so grateful. And your products, you can tell you put a lot of care into. So, understanding where you came from and how you got that drive and all of that really does make a difference. And it makes your brand a lot more meaningful to me, but I'm sure our listeners and viewers as well. So, thanks so much for sharing your story, Mark.
Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Mark Pasay, ladies and gentlemen, Rip Tone Fitness. Hats off to you, my friend. We'll see you on the next one.
Sounds great. Have a great day.